Okay, so it's a Sunday afternoon. We're nearing the end of September, and how much of Cala Millor can we see in? I've got about half an hour before I have to head off to go and film a live stream over in Siliot. Well, let's turn the camera around. The clock is ticking. Let's see what we can see in Cala Millor in just 30 minutes. And we are starting this video giving you some views actually of what you can expect if you're coming over here. Just amazing views. Now, I have been filming over in Cala Bona and I've been showing you how absolutely gorgeous this resort is and what good value it is as well. Look, just coming over to a quick menu board here. Look, happy hour between 12 and 6. Look, for anyone who fancies a cocktail during the day, you're not going to be paying any more than €6, which is amazing. And I'm right outside the bar Micorn and the Indian. Now, time is not on our side today. It's going to be a very, very quick look at the resort on this Sunday. Cala Bona was looking reasonably busy. Not so on this far side of Cala Millor though. And I am wondering how busy it's going to be down at the beach area. And let's go and have a quick look. We're also going to do a little loop around the centre of the resort today, because as we ease our way through autumn and towards the end of the season, I always say that this is one of the best places you can come, particularly as we do get the occasional rainy and cloudy day. But the one thing that Cala Millor has over and above many of the other resorts in this area is a great shopping centre, and we're going to go and check out some of that. But goodness me, check out the waves that we have over here in Cala Millor. Now, I don't believe that the catamarans are running today, and really these people shouldn't be walking out on the jetty. That does look very dangerous. If you see waves looking like this, please do not walk out on the jetty. You could get swept away. And that is a warning. I saw, like I said, yellow flags out on the beaches, but we can see the waves coming tumbling in here. I think these holiday makers are going to be getting very wet very soon. Anyway, let's keep going. Let's head on into Cala Millor and let's go and check out the centre. We'll come back along the beach as well. So Cala Millor tends to have two different sea states. It's normally very pond-like, but today we've got it almost being surf-worthy as well. And the reason it's looking quite brown on this area of the beach is because of the seaweed. I have noticed the beaches over in Cala Bona looking very seaweedy today. As I turn the camera around, I can see the yellow flags are flying down here too. Anyway, let's loop our way around Cala Millor and see what it's like. Now, it also looks as well like there's a red flag on some areas of the sand down here. Look, we've got some red flags down here. But swimming has been banned from this little beach here. It has been banned from this little beach, probably because of the waves and the rocks, but I can see plenty of people in the water up ahead. Anyway, let's keep going. Let's keep heading on through into the centre of Cala Millor. Now, it is looking much busier over here down this side of the resort, and I did mention this in my video from over in Cala Bona, that there are some hotels open over here in Cala Millor during the winter months. And in my opinion, this resort is a great escape for a winter holiday. And while the season does finish here on the 31st of October, well, the warm temperatures can, and they do, often roll into November too. When we have sunny days over here, you'll still think it's summer, even though the majority of the hotels and restaurants will have closed. But that's not to say that you won't find things open, because, well, many of these shops also stay open. This whole area here isn't just for tourists, it serves all the residents that live on this side of the island too. And there is a buzzing community. So we are walking into the sun, and I do apologise slightly for that, can't be helped. But look, we're going to head on into the centre of Cala Millor. Shops do stay open on Sunday as well. They might not stay open as late on the Sunday as on weekdays, but you're going to find plenty of shops down here as well. particularly if it's a day when you can't go to the beach. So I will be back down here over the winter, of course. Consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't done so already. And if you're planning for next year as well, check out my other content from over here in Cala Millor to get a better idea of the resort. Plus my most recent nightlife video as well, filmed over the summer too. And I'll drop a link to that in the description text below. So we're coming up to this little plaza here, which is largely empty at the moment, but that's simply because they don't spring to life until the evenings. And like I said, if you want to see what they look like, do go and check out my video. Look, we're right in front of the very famous Waikiki bar. But on the basis that most of the shops actually are closed over in Palma, the capital city of the island, it's quite amazing to see so much open over here. And you're going to find pretty much the same as well over in resorts like Alcudia, Calador as well. You're going to find shops open on the Sunday, but you're not going to find as much shopping as you do get over here in Cala Millor. It is a little bit of a shopper's paradise for the East Coast. So it is quite quiet. It is quite chilled out today, this Sunday afternoon over in Cala Millor Centre. But look, the eateries that are doing the best business are going to be the little cafeterias that are selling ice creams, like we can see to my left hand side. You see the safari bikes out too. Family dressed in pink, I love it. Look, just turning the camera around, look, we've got a little tapas place to our left hand side as well. But let's keep walking on a little bit further. Just very conscious of the time. We're going to head on down to the beach, and I'd like to walk up and along the side of the brand new Don Juan hotel, just so we can get a closer look at that this afternoon. Also worth pointing out for this time of year as well that we've got the Salon Flamingo. If you're coming over for half-term holidays, if you do get a cloudy or a rainy day, look, we've got plenty of air hockey, basketball and other games as well. Let me know actually, if you're a regular over here, what your favourite thing to do is in the Cala Millor area. Also, because of the time of year as well, you're going to find that a lot of the clothes shops are selling off the summer stock. So the sales are on. I've just passed someone that said 20% off everything. So you can get really good value over here. And the whole centre here, look, it stretches much further along. If you want to get an idea of what that is like, well, go and check out my previous videos. But for now, look, I'm right in front of the brand new Don Juan hotel. Should we go and take a look? Let's go and see what it looks like during the day. So it's hard to believe that this was a building site almost just 6 months ago actually. I remember coming down here in the spring and it really was not ready at all, but it has been very much a race to get it open on time. And look at this, my goodness me. It's all brand new and well, it does look very nice. There is a huge pool here in the centre. I can see plenty of families. Got some very nice sunbeds as well, some kind of like very comfortable armchairs in there. A few people around the pool, but this was something I didn't expect to see this year. If you go back and see my old videos, you'll see what an absolute building site it was. But look, they've done an amazing job getting this ready. And I just had to come back and show you. I know I showed this area at night, I think it's in one of my live streams, but this is what it looks like. So if you're coming over here to Cala Millor, if you want to know what the new Don Juan looks like, and this could be the hotel for you. It's just looking up to, got some bike rental down here as well, right down next door to the Don Juan, and some safari bikes to bring out onto the bike path. Let's head on now to the seafront. We're just going to take a quick look at the front of the hotel. But goodness me, look at the side of it here, look. All brand spanking new. If you have stayed here, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think. And I think this is part of the Hipotel's chain. And look, we're just coming out here onto the seafront. And let's take a look at the beach. And as I said a little bit earlier on, look, the yellow flags are out. And there are plenty of people down here today on Cala Millor beach. It's looking very, very busy, but time is not on my side. I will be back here to film in the day. In fact, I've got several pieces of content to make from down here before the year is out. Subscribe to the channel, hit that notifications bell because I will be back soon. But look, let's just have a quick look up. And here's the Don Juan in all its glory. But we're going to head back now in the direction of Cala Bona. We're going to come up this central section of the beach. And whilst filming this as well, we do have highs of 28 degrees Celsius. It does look like it's going to be cooling off a little bit by the time this video does go out. Don't worry too much if we do get rain, and I'm pretty sure you may well get a shower if you're over here this autumn. That sunshine always comes out again soon. But just watch out for these little water outlet areas. Look, this is essentially a storm drain. And we did have quite a big storm down here recently as well. Look, it hasn't completely cleared. They may want to as well be moving the pedalos in case we get any more rain in. But anyway, let's keep heading along. Now, as I just pan the camera around here, look, there are plenty of places to eat over here. There's so many places to eat beachfront over here in Cala Millor and indeed Cala Bona, and that really is the beauty of this resort. Plus, you're not going to be fighting over sunbeds and beach umbrellas, not at this time of year. But you know what, even though they do have the yellow flags out today, it's always great fun swimming when there are a few waves. And you can just get an idea actually of how clean and clear the water is. Now, while the seaweed does make the sea look dirty, looks can be deceiving because, well, the seaweed actually helps clean the sea, so that's why the water down here is so pristine and turquoise blue. And as well, look, I can just see a flag in the sand here. This is a no smoking beach over here in Cala Millor. If you want to find out more about smoking in Mallorca, I shall drop a link in the description text below this video, but we have big changes, quite possibly coming soon. I'm just highlighting as well, if you have seen my other guides from over here, not only is this a no smoking beach, but there is excellent accessibility here and disabled beach access to the beaches over here in Cala Millor. And plenty of choice of restaurants too. But look, unfortunately, this is as far as the swimming goes today. Everything to the left-hand side of these flags is no-go on the swimming front. And that is, I'm guessing, because of the waves and the currents. Now, these are the first red flags I've seen out this autumn, apart from it on my local beach on the day that we had a storm. So please pay attention to the flags if you're coming over here in the autumn. Red flags mean no swimming. Yellow flags mean swim with caution, and green is good to go. So as I said for my video in Cala Bona as well, just take note of the times the lifeguards are out in autumn. They're going to be running a slightly shorter programme than during the summer. This is very important if you're out here with kids. But look, you can see how far the red flags stretch up here. We did get an idea when we came down to the beach here in Cala Millor today. Now, how are we doing for time? My half an hour is up. Let's get to the end of the beach and I need to get back to my car. But look, just to show you that there's a whole poster here, and I do encourage you to read these posters as well, all about Posidonia seaweed and why we do have so much seaweed over here on the coastline over here in Cala Bona and Cala Millor, and the importance of it as well to this island. So I can just see somebody reinstating the red flag. Oh, it's gone again. It's not wanting to stay in the sand. This is what I call the secret beach over here in Cala Millor, but just see how thick with seaweed it is down here. Goodness me, there's a lot of seaweed out in the water today, and that doesn't make pleasant swimming. Look at the views of Cala Millor today. And the one thing I absolutely love about this resort is just all the seating around the coastline. Now look, do you know what? I've done it again. I think I was out here in the spring and the sea was looking pretty choppy, and I did warn that maybe the glass bottom boats would not be running today. And just see the moonfish catamaran coming in. I will say though, just be careful when it's this choppy. If you're prone to seasickness, this will not necessarily be smooth sailings, and I do get very seasick, so this wouldn't be a day I would go out on. But one thing I can see is that the catamaran does move pretty quickly, so maybe the experience over here will be better than I think it is. Let me know in comments if you've been out on one of these boats on a windy day. There seems to be plenty of people aboard too. Anyway, I'm going to keep going because we're leaving Cala Millor once again, but like I said, that's just an idea of what it's like on this sunny Sunday. And we are getting to enjoy some lovely views here on the way back to Cala Bona, where I'm parked, where I've parked my car. But this has to be one of my favourite walks over here in Mallorca. I mean, it's just stunning, absolutely stunning. So as we leave Cala Millor and we make our way over to Cala Bona, this is where we're going to leave the video today, my friends. I'm just coming up to another huge range of lovely restaurants and seafront restaurants as well. Let's just walk down the side here. Thank you very much for watching. If you have not seen my live stream from Sea Yacht, check out the link at the end of this video. If you haven't seen my video from over in Cala Bona, check out the link as well, appearing here on YouTube. In the meantime, don't forget you can follow me on Facebook. You can find me on Instagram. I'll be back over here soon. Thanks very much for watching, everyone, and I shall see you on the next one. Goodbye for now.